Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Welcome to Liberated Sisters, broadcasting on the Closing the Gap broadcast network, as well as Liberated Sisters YouTube channel. Everyone, please pardon me. You would not believe the darndest thing happened. I'm so ashamed, but it just happened recently, and I thought it was something that was blocking my camera, but it turns out after research and servicing that my camera just shows this black screen. So I'm not on camera. I have my avatar here. There's my face. I hope you all will stay with us. We're going to have a handsome young man coming on, so you can look at Brother James. And of course, a beautiful sister coming on soon, Sister Tiffany. And so their faces will be there, but Liberated Sisters, Sister Charlene will have this fixed very soon. Please believe me. Time and circumstances dictate that I'm not broadcasting from Morris Media Studios as I truly prayed and planned to be until after our Savior's Day convention sometime, God willing. But without further ado, I'm just going to tell you what the show is about tonight. And I kind of want to show you the black hole that you would see if I did turn my camera on, but why waste your time? Thank you to Brother James, Student Minister James Muhammad, Student Minister Chad Muhammad, Sister Starla Muhammad, who is actually also, in addition to being a great host and co-producer of Closing the Gap Broadcast Network, she is our managing editor for the Great Final Call newspaper. So tonight we're going to be talking about recovery efforts still in Los Angeles. You know, the fires may not be blazing as much anymore, but there's still a lot of heat on the ground. And so the brother who is going to be coming on, joining us next, is Brother James Muhammad of New World Academy Foundation. He's a co-founder along with Brother William Muhammad, and he's going to be talking about recovery efforts. They have boots on the ground. And for our pumps on the ground segment, which is actually 1 meal, 1 mile improvement, Sister Tiffany Muhammad in our segment 2 at 6 p.m. She's going to be speaking about strength and endurance. I mean, this sister is phenomenal. She is an Ironman champion. She is a triathlete, pardon me. And so she'll be talking about that and just how she is so fit mentally, spiritually, physically, and how we can get on that train and stay alive as long as we can. So we're getting ready to bring Brother James in now. And again, stay with us. Forgive me for not being on camera, but I do have technical issues with my computer. So Brother James, I'm going to bring you in now. And as Brother James is introducing more about himself, I have some footage from some of their recent efforts that Brother William sent. And Liberated Sisters is proud to be a proud sponsor of their show. And so Brother James is going to, again, also bring on other activists who are doing real hard work there. And shout out, thank Allah God for student minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, who is also leading the charge on a lot of this for the Nation of Islam, as well as other organizations that are serving our people. So, Brother James, I'll bring you in. And um, before you bring in any of the other frontline boots on the ground, pumps on the ground, activists, I want to make sure to show some of the highlights of what you've been doing. Okay, so we'll set it up. And Brother James, let's see how you're looking on camera. Oh my God, told you he was handsome. There he is. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Well, like Salam, Sister Charlene. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us on again.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All is well. All is well. Weather in the storm.
That's right, literally and figuratively. Yeah, and I think you all are going to be on. You do too much great work, and so, Brother James, talk to us about a New World Academy Foundation. What is your purpose, your mission, and also take us right on up to the work that you're doing with Brother Josiah Bruni, student minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, Nation of Islam, Scientology volunteer ministers, new My Tribe Rise. Just lay it out for us. First, starting with New World Academy.
Yes, ma'am, Sister Charlene. New World Academy Foundation is actually a miracle. It's a community-based organization in which we, pride ourselves in mentorship, community development, intervention, prevention, emergency response, first responders. We pretty much do all that a community needs to be lifted up by their own bootstraps. It is co-founded by myself, Brother William Muhammad, as well as Brother Darren Ellison. We created this organization out of a need to service our community and help raise our people up, and help change the quality of our life and improve the quality of our communities, as well as the quality, of our existence here on planet Earth. So that's exactly what we do. So when we get the call at crime scenes, yellow tape scenes, where there's been a shooting, a murder, we definitely going to pull up. We have what you call access and resources to wraparound services for victims. They may need help with burial. The family may need grief counseling. Someone may need to get transported to the hospital. And we may have to, counsel certain members in the household with therapy and having mental health issues. We also pride ourselves in mental health because we feel like that's the brunt of everything, mental health. Just like in Altadena, the fires took place, people lost a lot of things, but the most thing that is current right now is the mental health, the condition of their mind. Who's going to help, restore the wasted cities, the wasted minds, to bring people back on board to where they need to be. We have been working with My Tribe Rise. We have been working with Music Changing Lives, two prominent organizations in the Altadena area that have been boots on the ground day one. New World Academy is assisting these organizations as well as other organizations, helping to mitigate situations, to mediate situations, to help with resources, help with logistics, wherever we can fit in to help this community that have been ravaged by the fires. That's certainly where we fit in. Scientology has also showed up. The volunteer ministers, the Yellow Jackets, as they are called, have done an excellent
That's
job.
right.
Have done an excellent job. The Yellow Jackets have done an excellent job with our student minister, Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, an excellent job at helping to facilitate the centers that pass out food, clothing, supplies to everyone. They've been a been doing an excellent job. So everyone has been working and everyone has been in their lane, fulfilling their obligations of what they need to help, this community, Altadena and Pasadena. But our student minister, Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, he's definitely been on the forefront, boots on the ground, as well as the MGT, the FOI, and several other organizations, Sister Charlene.
I'm here. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Brother James.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were featured in the Final Call newspaper along with some of those that you mentioned. It was just so well organized and it warmed my heart to see the amazing job that was happening so swiftly, right? It
Yes,
was very swift right after the during, not after, during the fires, that a well organized system was put in place for people to donate as well as to um, receive items. And that was at Pasadena Church. And
yes.
so, can you tell me now about the location or locations currently where people are receiving aid for Altadena?
Absolutely. I just sent you a flyer to the new address that Puma will be there tomorrow. We'll be
Mm-hmm.
also sponsoring the event. I can't actually pull it up at
Don't
this
worry
point,
about it. I'll get it.
yeah,
I'm gonna figure it
but
out.
it'll definitely you can definitely put the post. But Puma will be there. It will be a giveaway tomorrow in the Altadena area. So we definitely have other people coming on board, and I got to give a big shout out to My Tribe Rise, Goldie and Heavenly, as well as Josiah, the Pasadena Church, several clergy out there, and we definitely got to give it up to those that have really paved the way and boots on the ground day one. Putting it down out there. Yes, ma'am. But tomorrow will be a giveaway. The center will be going on. Puma with the organization Puma will be out there in Altadena tomorrow.
Okay, let's see if I can share my slide right here. And in the meantime, would you also give us the information on how we could reach you and Brother William Muhammad, your co-founder of New World Academy? And I want to get the flyer up and possibly also share a screen for one of the video clips that Brother William sent to me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sister Charlene, you definitely can reach us at newworldacademy.org, or you can definitely contact us or me directly by phone 310-663-1425. We have people calling from all over San Diego. My brother's keeper have also contributed to the relief efforts. We have people in New York that are trying to contribute to relief efforts. Also, Baltimore, the Baltimore Brothers, Captain Andrew out of Baltimore and his organization, Baltimore Brothers, were boots on the ground, and they came out here with great assistance to us and to the organizations, and they actually volunteered. So we have several people that are in key positions that are moving about, trying to support and help the Altadena, Pasadena area.
I think that's wonderful. And for everyone joining us, we're speaking with Brother James Muhammad of New World Academy Foundation. Please spread the word. Liberated Sisters is on the air. We're back on the air. I've been doing this for 2 decades, but we are actually show 2 of this year, 2025, and had to get back on, especially in terms of the recovery efforts. So there's the flyer, Hill Dina, that he was speaking about in terms of Puma coming out on February 7th. And the
Yeah,
location is right there. And Liberated Sisters could put that in the chat for you. And let me find another one here that you also sent. Give me a moment, everyone.
yes,
This
ma'am.
is oh yeah, okay. Here's one as well. I wanna share this one. Okay. Interesting. I always love trying to you try to do everything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Window. I'll have it soon. I'll have it soon. So, Brother James, as of this point right now, what are some of the greatest needs of the people?
Definitely, what I've been hearing, Sister Charlene, is the housing condition.
Mm.
There are people that, of course, as we've seen on television and reality struck us all, a lot, people have lost their homes with nowhere to go. So they are staying in like hotels And with that being said, the insurance, on their homes, how would they go about this process? How would they make this happen? How would they,
Mm,
get compensated for their home? What's the next stages throughout this process? So I think that's where they are right now. What's going to happen with their property? These temporary living arrangements. How long would they be? How long would they last? Of
mm-hmm,
course, people's communities is ravaged. So it's like they may have lost their home, but they have lost their community as well. A lot of memories, a lot of friends, that fellowship, with each other. That reality will no longer exist in their neighborhoods. So
mm,
it's the mental health is really involved, but everyone trying to pull their lives together. That's what I see as an eyewitness. Looking at the ravaged community, checking out what's going on. People are really in need products, the food, the assistance that's happening. Nobody's shy. Nobody's acting too prideful. People are actually pulling up, getting the things that they need. I mean, Altadena
mm,
Pasadena is a great community, and they're really helping each other. Most of the victims who have lost their homes, the majority of the victims, are the ones that work at these relief shelters or
mm.
work at these centers. Because they
Wow.
just can't like stay at home and
Yeah.
go through the mental trauma of them losing their homes. So as it was reported to me when I was at one of the centers, they said the most of the volunteers here are those that have lost their homes or lost their properties or lost their living arrangements or have been displaced. So it was just
Mm,
a miracle to to see that and the resilience, in the people where they're really helping. They're helping each other, and I mean, they're just keeping a straight face. Nobody's complaining.
mm,
From what I've seen,
mm.
everybody just helping each other. It's kind of like how Black people are supposed to help each other naturally, without it being a disaster.
Right.
If us as Black people work like this with each other without it being a disaster, we'll get up. A whole lot further. As well as
Right.
our indigenous brothers and sisters are those that have been oppressed. So I really see something. I think God is showing us something with this, and I believe this is a test run for something bigger that may be coming our way, according to what the man of God have um, said to us.
Yes, absolutely, Brother James. Thank you for that observation. And I just want to highlight the flyer there again for those who
Yeah,
may be tuning in and not able to really look at it and read it. The new location and hours for recovery efforts for Altadena, Dena, because also some of our people in Pasadena was hit too, but Altadena decimated, right? New location and hours, Metropolitan Baptist Church,
yes,
2283 North Fair Oaks Avenue, Altadena. I used to run it used to be one of my stumping grounds, okay?
okay, okay,
But anyway, Altadena, who asked me? Altadena, Friday, February 7th, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Volunteers, we're calling volunteers. Please arrive at 9:30 a.m. if you would and could. Volunteers arrive at 9:30 a.m. They'll be providing resources for fire affected communities. And this is Hill, LA County. There are all of the sponsors at the bottom, and we must always support, announce, and appreciate sponsors because these efforts do not happen out of thin air. Look,
yes,
money is
true.
required. Money is required to be able to help. I know that right now people are getting money, gift cards are necessary. I just want to put a reminder out there to check the gift cards at the stores. Make sure, check with the persons, the survivors who are receiving the gift cards, because Brother James, the scammers are on 10, right?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely,
said they're 10,
absolutely.
10 toes, 10
10
fingers,
toes in.
everything
Yes,
in. And they're really literally, this is beforehand, but there's a way that these gift cards, people get them and they're empty before they even get them, right? But the sponsors, Music Changing Lives, again, Strong Home Network, Soulful Soil Farms. What is MBC again, Brother James, for? Do you know?
what that organization is, but I'm pretty sure if it's
Mhm.
on the flyer, that's a credible
It's legit.
resource.
For,
It's
it's
legit, yes,
legit
ma'am.
for
Credible
sure.
resource.
And Soul Saving Productions. And so this is really beautiful. Brother James, I do want to say, I see that there is, and I want to pronounce his name right. We won't bring him in just yet, but is it Taida?
That's Tiata.
Tieta?
Tiata's on.
Tiata.
He came
Tiata.
to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to come and
Okay.
check the show out, so he's definitely on. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Got it. Is he going to be coming on as a speaker, or he's
Um,
just observing?
he's just
That's no
observing. He's
problem.
just observing. Not. He may have something to say as well, but he's coming on as an observer.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. So what I want to do, here we go, Brother James. I know we're gonna have. There's something coming up on the 15th. If it's not too soon to announce the Heroes Award,
Okay.
would you talk about that a little bit? And then everyone, we're gonna play a clip of some of their efforts. And
Yeah.
again, sorry about my camera, everybody, but there she is in the blue tab. So, Brother James, give us a little snippet, a snapshot of what we're gonna, what's happening on the 15th. Appreciation for those who are really helping with recovery efforts.
Absolutely.
Can you do that?
About what we'll be doing on the
So,
15th.
yes, the Heroes Award.
Yeah, definitely. And it was a surprising to me. I was told about it, but the 15th. In this line of work, when people are doing things that are helping the community and they're putting their hearts in it, and they're really trying to save lives and they're really anointed by God, doing what they're supposed to do. Appreciation is worth more than money to people. Just to be appreciated. Appreciated is the stimulus and it's the incentive to keep going, to keep making it happen. So this will take place. All volunteers that have participated with the relief efforts thus far will be acknowledged and appreciated on the 15th. The Heroes United. Yes, ma'am. That's Brother Prophet with BMAC Black Music in Action Coalition. A big organization that's connected with several music execs and several entertainers that came to the forefront, assisting in the Altadena area, in the Pasadena area.
Pardon me, I didn't realize I took myself off the studio. Brother James, set it up again. I didn't realize it was going over you speaking. What is it
Oh
that
no,
we're
no,
looking
no,
at?
no, it's fine. I was just saying that's Brother Prophet, who has an organization, Black Music and Action Coalition, and they're
Mm-hmm.
globally connected to all the artists, entertainers, executives, and
Mm.
they were the organization that was responsible that helped rappers who were getting incarcerated for their lyrics. They would raid rappers' homes that were not, known rappers yet, and they would get arrested for their rhyme books all over the nation. There was actually 500 people that were incarcerated. So this organization, Black Music and Action Coalition, with a litany of um, lawyers and attorneys, they would help to reverse the crimes that were, placed upon rappers based on their lyrics and their freedom of speech rights. So they were able to free rappers, and they was able to reverse that with their lawyers. So they have a real big name in the industry. So they stepped up um, with their relief efforts, and they went down to the community, and they singled out certain individuals that lived in the area, and gave them compensation, or blessed them with some monetary monies and those type of things. I mean, if they lost something in the fire, like it was one
Mm.
young child that lost his drum set, so Flavor
Oh
Flav
wow.
bought him a brand new drum set, and
Wow.
he was given $5,000 from this
Wow.
company. The mother was given 20. Her whole home was burned to the ground. She was given 25,000 from
Wow.
Black Music and Action
Wow.
Coalition. So
Wow.
they really stepped up, and they're still
Flavor
and they're
Flav.
right. Flavor Flav and Chuck was definitely boots on the ground, at the location,
I
you know,
love that.
as well as Mozzie. Mozzie was out there, boots on the ground
Right,
with the
right.
organizations helping. So it was a good thing. A lot of people from the entertainment community, Wacko, an exec CEO, he was out there. So
Yeah, yeah.
several execs. The rapper Gangsta Suicide was out there. Several entertainers were out there, giving a helping hand, a sincere
Hmm.
helping hand, safeguarding, the needs of the people in those areas.
Right, right. Speak on it. I really think that's awesome. I'm going to play this again, and then we'll play the clip. I think I got a picture. It's a picture with Flavor Flav of you all. Here we go. Let's start him over. I love it, Brother James. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I can.
I would love to speak to that brother for a potential article for the Final Call newspaper, and
Absolutely.
also to let's talk to him on air, because you mean to tell me in an industry where the type of lyrics that they're going at, the establishment is going after these artists for, they're now arresting them for the same thing that they're saying, right?
Right. For rhyme
Huh.
books. And the
Mm.
claim that was made was these are, gangster lyrics, you guys are committing murder. And BMAC stood on business. They said, what about Stephen King? What about the horror movies that
Ooh.
have created all these situations? Why aren't they getting arrested? So they kind of pinpoint that it was racism involved. Like, okay, people put out all these horror movies. They put out all these movies about people getting killed. There's nobody saying nothing to them. But the rappers and their understanding of life, trying to understand life, I'm not saying that you know, um, their lyrics are not actually a church choir. That's not what I'm saying, but it's
Right,
based
right.
on how they live. I mean, they shouldn't be incarcerated about it. I mean, I think it's more like, they should be educated or, being guided or have some mentors to help lead them into the right direction. I think that should have been, the objective. But it was over 500 rappers that wasn't even known. I'm talking about like, regular
Mm.
guys who just want to be rappers and their houses raided due to other causes, and they found they rhyme books, and they caught a case based on their rhyme books, murderous lyrics, so that's the respect that BMAC, Black Music and Action Coalition, has in the community. So they definitely
Mm.
made a stand, and they're still pushing the agenda,
Mm.
to help in any way they can.
Wow. Thank you for that, brother. I want to show some of the another video and another photograph, but now I haven't hit the correct button at that time. So um, we the is Josiah and My Trap Rise. They're not still going to join us just yet, right?
Right. They are at a distribution center right now, and that won't be over till like 6. So
Okay.
he if he get a break, he may. They're getting everything started and warmed
They
up for
got a lot to
tomorrow.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on it. He texted me, said he's going to try to get on. And My Tribe Rise, They were still putting together their proper presentation of what they
Okay.
will be discussing. So that wasn't all the
Okay.
way. They want to make sure they give everybody the facts. They want to make sure they give everybody the proper update. So they didn't want to jump on prematurely. So they're getting that together. And they may be joining us later.
Yeah, no
Still not,
worries.
not a guarantee. Yes, ma'am.
Well, look, Brother James, I don't know if they're going to join us because you're driving, right?
Right now, I parked to handle this situation right before our board
Okay.
meeting. I'll be getting to a board meeting very
Okay.
soon.
Yeah, I know you have to take leave early, and I didn't want you missing that because what I could do is continue to highlight the work and effort because I know you do
Please.
have to go. So, is there anything you'd like to say before you go, and before I move on to highlight the article that you all were featured in, and make way for Sister Tiffany Muhammad?
Absolutely, Sister Charlene. Definitely liberated sisters, pumps on the ground. Keep up the work. That freedom of speech, that voice. You're right there in the thick of it, putting it together. Boots on the ground. You covering and tackling all the major issues. So we definitely appreciate that. You're bringing the updated information, the updates to the people and to your viewers. That's certainly appreciated. And how I see Altadena and Pasadena, I see that as as us coming together as a people. I see that as the next Black Wall Street, the next
Mm,
Black Wall Street. It has the potential to be the next Black Wall Street, the next Black Tulsa, Oklahoma. The next Black thriving Black and indigenous city. I definitely see that in the makings. If everybody collectively come together in unity and remain in unity and don't let anything, come between us.
that's right, Brother James. Thank you so much. Thank you for making time for Liberated Sisters. Thank you all for your support. New World Academy. The show tonight is brought to us by New World Academy. They have always supported Liberated Sisters, and they have also helped to bring the show to us as a sponsor. So I really appreciate you all partnering with Liberated Sisters. And God willing, we'll talk again very, very soon.
Absolutely. Sister Charlene, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Stay blessed and continue to do the great works.
Wa alaikum salam. Likewise.
Peace.
Thank you for staying with us. We're going to continue on with the show. Sister Tiffany Muhammad, who is oh my God, I don't even know how to describe her athleticism. All I'm saying is if you want motivation and you ask her, be ready for it because she's going to give it to you. We're not going to go into her mini bio right now because I want to show you some more from New World Academy. And I'll attempt to share the screen, but we have our second segment coming up a little bit early because it does turn out that, yes, Brother James has a couple of meetings to go to, and things are popping off all over LA, if you pardon my slang. Let's see, because I promised I want to get some of the images for them here. Let's see, present. Here we go. I should give a little music, shouldn't I? I don't know why it's showing now oh, I get it. Oh no. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone. I told you all I'm returning to the airwaves now. And I've been doing it for so long, and when I say it like that, it's not that I fell out of love with it or anything. It takes a team. It does. Sometimes, not sometimes, a team of one is not cute. But you can be, look, it could happen, but at some point you really just need to have some help. So let's see if this okay, I got it. It's working. So here is one of the banners for New World Academy. And then here, let's see if we can get in the photo op that they had. I don't want to say photo op, but the fellowshipping that they had with Flavor Flav. These are some of the New World Academy youth. Brother James and Brother William, I'm telling you, shooting breaks out in the communities, and they're two of many that break out wide right away to help quell the situations and bring peace to the streets. Here is some of the New World Academy Foundation youth helping out in the recovery efforts. And yes, Public Enemy, Chuck D and Flavor Flav and them, as we would say, had a concert. And so I think, okay, let's start. That's right. Flavor, flavor. I definitely agree with that. It is a new world and it's changing every day. So, with that, we're going to take a pause for the cause and bring in Sister Tiffany Muhammad very soon. Sister Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on early. A series of meetings have been announced for us, and so we will all be needing to do. Taking off a little bit early, but spread the word. Liberated Sisters is back on the air. And here we go. Oops. Some music for you. Uh, I'm back. Okay, so we're back. We're going to go into just a little bit more about New World Academy before we bring in Sister Tiffany Muhammad. And I want to share the screen. We'll also share the screen about an article that she was featured in for the Final Call newspaper, and the Los Angeles Sentinel also featured Sister Tiffany. And so here I want to present the article featuring New World Academy, as well as Nation of Islam, the Scientology volunteer ministers, music changing lives, the Al Kebulan Cultural Center, My Tribe Rise. Let's see if we can see this here. Okay, so here is the article. I'll scroll a little bit, and as you can see it's talking about the tragedy that has occurred, of course, but how the community works to aid in wildfire efforts. I'll just scroll it up a little bit so you can see that this home that we're showing belonged, pardon me, to Diane Lewis, her family, and she told the Final Call that she didn't believe, well, she didn't tell the Final Call. She told the Final Call and others, but she was speaking to Student Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, and some of the members of press were there, myself included. And she explained how she said she didn't believe that Altadena received the warnings that the other part of the community across the lake received, and it actually panned out to be exactly what she said. You know, I saw recently in reports one young man who is now he's giving haircuts as well, free in the Altadena community. He was saying that he looked up, and his roommate and himself they saw the fire was approaching their door, and they had to really like split second escape and move a branch that had fallen in front. He said it burned their hands and what have you. And so I actually, in terms of for my work and assignment, toured the area uh, that was not the burn area, but in the very early days, just to look at some of the efforts at the Rose Bowl and other places. And it was just something to see, people really coming together. So more here coming out of Pasadena, Altadena, talking about the Palisades fire as well as the Eaton fire, which is the one that struck Altadena. Here is some more of the home that Miss Lewis owned, but you should have seen her. If you all could have witnessed her countenance, she was sad, she was tearful at times, but she was so resolved and so faithful. And it's a testament to that she's an educator as well as has served that community for a very long time. And she said it's been rough, but the major call was unity. Here is she, after one of the local community pastors held a prayer circle with various members of the LA community who were there to serve. The pastor's prayer was heartfelt, and she, just fell into his shoulder crying. And so this can be read further at finalcall.com. And there's the image I used for my flyer. Brother James and Brother Will have been on the front lines doing this. And so here is First Lady Madeline Manning of Pasadena Church, who she and her husband, Pastor Manning, they lost their home as well. And she spoke to me for the final call, and she talked about how they were, in hotels and how that wouldn't be sustainable. But they opened the church. I mean, the church was just a massive triage of service. Again, finalcall.com. For more information about this. As we were leaving the Altadena area, my sister friend in Islam, dear friend, and I saw this at the overpass. Show of gratitude to those who are working to serve. And then here is a group photograph. Student Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. He's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's regional representative. He is the Nation of Islam regional representative and minister of Muhammad Mosque number 27. By the way, a great opportunity now to invite you all out to, as he says, meet me at the mosque. So meet me at the mosque on Sunday, Sister Charlene. Let them know you heard it here on Liberated Sisters, and be our guests. Our student ministers are coming with a lot of light, love, and knowledge in this trying time, and I leave floating. And come as you are, okay? Come as you are. 8039 South Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles. 8039 South Vermont Avenue at the Vermont Community Center. So here you see Brother William, Brother James, Brother Josiah Brony of Music Changing Lives. I forgot our brothers' names who are with the Scientology volunteer ministers, but it's there in the caption, as well as our brother who has the yellow cap on the end, the yellow jackets. And so that's finalcall.com. And let me show you down here, how to eat to live. I saw it. There it is. Very aptly utilized for us to bring in our next segment with Sister Tiffany Muhammad. And I want to switch reels right now to Faith. Let's see, did it work? Did it change? Do you see Faith? No, I'll try it again. Faith, fortitude, and endurance. As I introduce her, Sister Tiffany Muhammad is widow of Fruit of Islam, beloved Captain Shahid Muhammad. She is the mother of their son, Ibn Shahid. He is quite busy with the Morehouse College University. It is his first year. He's a freshman, and she has her law practice. Sister Tiffany is 47 years old. She's a member of the MGT and GCC, as am I. That is the Muslim Girls Training and General Civilization class. This is the name given to the women of the Nation of Islam. And Sister Tiffany consistently proves that anything is possible. She did that recently when she completed the Ironman Arizona race on November 17. So we'll bring in Sister Tiffany now. I'll get to screen share the article and the image of her with her award. Beautiful, beautiful, feminine, beautiful sister. Sister Tiffany, I'm so honored to know you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Charlene.
How how you how you doing?
Oh, thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. How are you, sis?
I'm doing very good. You know, Sister Tiffany, when people like you, Brother James, anyone answers the call to be on Liberated Sisters podcast, I don't take it lightly. And I'm very honored because we are speaking to God's people, which is humanity. And we just want to give them some good news, you know, in the midst of what we're facing, which is tragedy. I mean, we're going to have that, right? But there's always something in it. We can settle on the best part and we can find the light in the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel, at the front of the tunnel, on top of the tunnel, right? So that's
right.
how I'm doing. Yeah, that's how I'm doing. Yeah. So first of all, how's Ibn Shahi doing over there at Morehouse?
Oh my, he is busy. So he has a lot. Yeah, he has a lot to pull off and make happen this semester. So I'm knowing he can do it, and I'm just so grateful that Allah continues to bless us. Just staying grateful. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's right. And you all, we're going to be taking questions for Sister Tiffany. I did want to say that for Brother James, but Brother James's schedule is really tight. And Sister Tiffany, you let me know when you have to take leave as well. Okay, if it's going to be sooner, that's not a problem. But Sister Tiffany, talk to. So you can put your questions in the chat. I don't yet have the knowledge of how to pull in any calls. So if you have questions or comments for her, put them in the chat. But first of all, I want to ask you to tell our audience, what is the Ironman competition?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I did have to say, I just want to thank you, Sister Charlene, because you've been just consistent, a sister in the media. I appreciate you and all your work, your final call. I mean, you're just stellar. So we really appreciate you and your efforts. I mean, you've been on the radio for decades. I mean, at least one. So just want to make sure, just let you know.
Yeah.
Literally, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for your service.
All
So,
praises due to Allah. Go ahead. I'm gonna get out of here.
alhamdulillah. Yes, ma'am. So the Ironman is it's a sport. It's endurance sport. Specifically, what it is a triathlon, and it is a triathlon that consists of the three disciplines, which is swimming, biking, and then running. So the word Ironman, to be an Ironman athlete, you have to complete the three disciplines in a time of 17 hours. So the distance for each discipline that they have designated to be qualified and to be a certified Ironman, you have to be able to swim 2.4 miles within 2 hours and 20 minutes. If you don't get out the water within 2 hours and 20 minutes, they will confiscate your waist, because you have a band on your ankle to monitor you the whole race, to follow you, and to make sure you meet these time requirements. So anyway, you have 2 hours and 20 minutes to swim the 2.4 miles. Then you transition, and then you get on your bicycle. You have you have to ride on your bicycle 112 miles, and I think you have to be at the finish point within 10 hours and 30 minutes. That's like the cutoff for the next transition. So anyway, so you do the 2.4 swim, the 112-mile bike, and then you get to the last leg, which is the running. So then you're going to run a full marathon, and that's 26.2 miles. So again, you have 17 hours to make sure that you're within the finish line to be considered an Ironman. So that's essentially what an Ironman is. Yes, ma'am.
All of that and then some. Just thinking about it, you know, when you mentioned the bike, I'm like, I can kind of do the bike, but that water piece, okay. Sister
Right.
Tiffany, this is amazing. You know, when was your first marathon? I mean, I keep saying that. triathlon, because I actually covered it, but I don't remember the year that you and Sister Lisa did it, and you were so. I said, look at them. You didn't even look like you broke a sweat.
That was amazing. That was a international distance because they have a lot of different triathlons, but they
Mm-hmm.
classify by the distance. So we
Okay.
did the Malibu. Yeah, that was the Nautica Malibu triathlon that Sister Lisa Muhammad and I did. Our first one. We were at the mosque when we were on 54th Street, and some kind of way someone said she runs too, and I'm thinking, okay, and they said no, she runs marathons. So I'm like, another MGT that runs marathons, right? So I'm super excited. So then
Right.
basically, I kidnapped her and said, we're going to do a triathlon. And literally, she didn't know how to swim. You remember that. She
Yeah.
trained. Yep, she trained and she did it. Again, anything's possible, right? So anyway,
Wow.
we did that in 2011, September 2011. We pulled off, we did that international distance triathlon. So yes,
Wow.
that was sheer faith. We didn't know what we were doing. She didn't know how to swim. Like literally, she got a coach. She trained for like 6 months. Amazing. But me, I know how to swim. But to swim for a long distance, I do not. I remember training like at Playa Vista, like an apartment complex, and it was
Right.
a Caucasian male, and he was like looking at me, and he could see like I can keep going, but I had my head up, and he was
Mhm.
like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a triathlon," and he said, "You'll never make it."
Why did
I
he
was like,
say that?
no, but he was right because literally the way I was swimming, I didn't know that you literally have to be able to swim with your head and exhale. You have to breathe out under the water and then
Uh,
only come up faster. That's the only way you're gonna be able to last. Otherwise, your neck, you know. So
yeah.
he was, but there's a lesson right there. People when they come and they may have something to say, essentially, that wasn't friendly, but it was useful because I recognize I gotta train my own self. So anyway, but that
Yeah.
was 2011 to answer your question.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, because when you said he said you'll never make it, I'm like, oh, do not challenge Tiffany, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, see, that was that blessing. That was that best part
It
of
was
we
right.
this, okay, for me, swimming, the problem for me with the swimming is the water and the face. And the pool and the chlorine is already an issue. But
Mhm.
you were in a lake where there was ducks
Yeah,
and
I'm not a
everything
fan. Yes, ma'am.
else.
I'm not a fan. I'll never train in any of that water. I'm only training in chlorine. I don't. I respect those that live in the ocean. Okay, let's just say that.
You have a newfound respect. Sister Tiffany, everyone, let me tell you what she did. And we're going to get to some questions for you. And I have my own, and of course, we want to highlight the articles that you were in. And thank you so much, Los Angeles Sentinel, for republishing the article that was initially published in the Final Call newspaper, because Sister Tiffany's a homegirl here. So we want to, make sure to highlight her in our local paper. But she came across the finish line at 11:21 p.m. Everybody, look, get this. And I'll read the comment from Giselle there too. But get this, she showered. I hope I can say this, because she showered, jumped in the car, and she immediately headed back to Los Angeles from Phoenix in order to make it to court by 8:30 a.m. Anybody, I would be crawling into the bed. Okay,
But honestly, so Charlotte, I didn't drive. I had a driver.
that's right.
I
Listen,
didn't drive. I could have drove. I could have drove.
same thing. But you're right. You're right. But no, not it's not the same thing. But yeah, I mean, you hit the road.
No choice. Yeah, I had no choice. And it
That
took
is,
all the faith in the world when I was like, because as an attorney, you can always continue with good
yeah,
reason a case, a hearing. But in my economic situation, there's nothing to. I gotta keep it on the road. So I definitely, I'm like, is this something I could do? What should I do? So it just took all the faith in the world, which I always like to talk about
yeah.
when we, just in general. But yes, ma'am.
I love that. Oh, I can't wait to get into some of the um, um, endurance, the faith and endurance and things all the way your journey up to it, from being a runner through how you first got into marathons. But let the people speak to you. This is a comment from Sister Giselle, and thank you all for tuning in. And I apologize again. I am not on camera because my computer needs more love. It's like it's been about around as long as I have, and so it needs to be replaced. But my camera's broken. So anyways, Giselle says, oh, where'd it go? Oh my God. She said, my husband swims that way. He was on a swim team. That's awesome, Sister Tiffany. She was like, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sister Giselle, for commenting. Thank you all for tuning in. Sister Candace says, peace, family, and others did as well. We have someone, Shirley Shepherd, who's joining us tonight. Very proud of her to be here. Here is Sister Pamela Muhammad says, all praises are due to Allah, such a great example of discipline and working the teachings. Giselle again. Brother Michael comes up. Well, this is her husband. So she says, Michael comes up for that air and goes back down for a few strokes, then back up for air. That's training. I'ma learn. LOL. Sister Angelita has a question I started. Here it is. Angelita Muhammad, thank you for your question. Sister Angelita, did your appetite increase during your training, Sister Tiffany?
A lot of things definitely changed. And as far as my appetite, I would have to say yes, but I would say my appetite for certain things, it was peculiar. It was interesting, right? Like I had to have, and when I say I had to, but you know how we eat salmon, because that we know that's the best in protein, fatty protein, omega, all of that. But it's like I needed it because I don't have to eat salmon every day generally. But in the training, when I was training, I had to have it. I would go to the juice bar. I don't drink the raw juices like that, but I could tell like I was getting a little worried. I mean, I lost like my eyebrows started to thin. You're gonna lose weight. Like literally, I was like, wait a minute, am I, but I just kept the faith and I'm like, no, that's just the devil. But it literally was, I could really see it. But in regards to diet, I think I didn't have to eat 3 meals a day. No. Because essentially my training is a little different. I'm training only for the swimming for the most part, right? I've only got into the bike training. I probably only rode the bike 5 or 6 times, period. In the training, because I had to psychologically, I had to be able to say I've swam 2.4. You see, because your life is on the line. So essentially, going forward, obviously, I would train more for the bike. I may need more food supplements, but essentially, those 1.5 to 2 hour, 3 hour workouts, I didn't wake up wanting breakfast. Maybe a couple of times, but yes, the answer, my appetite increased, but I definitely needed more proteins to satisfy. The body was calling for certain things. The celery, the beet juice. I don't usually drink that, but I would definitely find that. I crunched it. I needed it. And when you say thirsty, literally, even after the race, I would wake up out of my sleep because I had a little PTSD after the race because I had that go. But anyway, I would be so thirsty with water, right? So I would essentially say, yes, increase for protein. And then I was always super thirsty.
Wow. Sister Tiffany, wait. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Angelita, and thank you for your answer. When you said that's right, in terms of waking up out of your sleep, how did you level back down or level up? Like, how did you get back to a routine? Because that's really high. That's just like almost like you said, go. How did you just calm down?
Well, essentially, everything is in the struggle. I'm gonna take it spiritual, but everything is in the training. The race was like, yay! It was all glory, hallelujah, right? Fun time, yay, right? But no, it's the training. It's the patience that you gotta have to struggle through and to keep it going, because it is hard. Essentially, if anybody, I have to say this great quote that Brother Salih said 2 weeks ago, and he said it was an African proverb. Let me see if I can find it. It was kind of like the Kendrick Lamar, tell no lies about me, I tell no truths about you. But Minister Shalice shared with us, tell no lies. It says something like, tell no lies to the people about quick and easy solutions. Because in reality, it's hard, you know? And I just want to say it was hard, but I want to put it in perspective. Everything of value and challenges, it's going to be hard. Eating 1 meal a day, it's hard. You see? Yeah. So I feel like we just have to really, really understand that the gain, there's, you know, you hear no pain, no gain. No, literally, because life is hard. So you just have to choose, you know, being married, hard, being divorced, hard, being a widow. I mean, you can take it every side of the coin. It's always two sides. So we don't let hard, that's where the mindset and the mental, you know, come through. We don't let things hard take, especially us in the Nation of Islam. There is something special and unique about us. And I love how Minister Jabril, he would always make and highlight that. You know, I mean, I was a young believer and I'm listening to him and he would say that you were chosen special. And I'm starting to understand, because this life that we live as a Muslim, especially in the West, and, you know, being chosen, the choice of God, it's not easy. It's hard, you know? So I just don't want nobody to believe that they can't do it, because that's what it's all about, you know, the struggle. Because through the struggle, the journey, you know, those days lead up to the Iron Man, you know, the brown germ, as always, you know, as we've taught, but just that doubt, that's what's going overtime. And that's what we have to learn to be able to be, you know, to silence. And you only silence it through work and through faith. So I think it's just so important, but I'll stop there and let you ask the question.
Oh no, this is your show. So I only put it up there so that I can give myself a cue after I give the quote that you mentioned, that student minister Salih mentioned. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if you don't come on down to Muhammad Mosque number 27 on Sunday at 10 o'clock, 10:30 doors open, 11 o'clock the lecture starts. We are we're being well fed. Matters not your denomination. It's not about that. It is the truth, the word. Brother Salih, Student Minister Land, and Student Minister Salih, Brother Student Minister Malik. We have sister student ministers, Sister Aliyah, Sister Giselle, Sister Anise, Sister Shereen. Oh, I mean, I think we're about to have a 10-year-old up there in a minute. But look, this is come on down and join us, and we'll give you some food, have a good time, get the word, go home, and enjoy your life. But it was Amilcar Cabral, tell no lies, claim no easy victories. And the full quote is, hide nothing from the masses of our people, tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told, mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures, claim no easy victories. Well, we know that's really real there. Here is Sister Pamela's question. Thank you for tuning in. And Sister Pamela is also an attorney. She's in Houston, Texas. She says, explain to us why we should be more active and what is the value and benefits.
Absolutely. Oh my God. So first, you know, we kind of dealing with the ability to learn how to overcome difficulty and struggle, so to speak, in regards to the psychological, what it takes just to put your shoes on. But I would say that there's physical benefits for sure. The obvious, you know, weight loss, your sleep improves, you fight cardiovascular, you know, your cardiovascular health increases. You literally, your arteries, because, you know, as we age, we're all aging, but literally your arteries, you know, they become stiff, you know, especially if you have, you know, they're going to do that anyway. But with a diet that we have here in the West, they definitely, you know, stiffen. But mere exercise can essentially, you know, allow the stiffness to reduce. Your blood pressure can improve. And this is just with mere walking. We know that we were taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that walking is the best form of exercise. So everyone should be walking. And I said this today to one of our believers. He said, "Oh, I walk every day." Oh, no. Walking to your daily activities of function, that's not what's talked about, what should be done. When we say we walk, that's a designated 15 to 30 minutes of walking, you know, around wherever your community, wherever it is, not, you know, outside of your activities and your errands. That's an addition. You need that in addition, because the body already is familiar with, maybe your 25 to 3,500 steps, but the body needs to increase. You need more. So it's just so many big benefits. I love how I learned to minister, and I know I heard Minister Nuri talk about the body is its own hospital, essentially, and it's stating that the chemicals in your brain, in our brains, it manufactures and balances everything. But guess what? We have to exert ourselves. Our heart rates, when it's increased, it sends signals to the brain, and it tells the different chemicals to do what they need to do. To the serotonin, the dopamine, all the different the different chemicals that's there. They're there, but we have to understand that it takes the exertion, it takes the heart rate to increase to give the call to the brain. So that's just exceptional. And those chemicals, they are the balance that we need. Like literally, it helps reduce stress. Literally, like I say, it helps you feel better. Anybody can bear witness. After a workout, you feel bliss. It feels good. That's not by chance. That's the literal functioning of those chemicals going into the bloodstream because you got your heart activated. It's not to say it's that simple, but it is. So to not work out, to not exert your heart, you are causing, you, like I just stated, it's totally against our health. A sedentary lifestyle is not the lifestyle. And especially for us, the Muslims, the Nation of Islam, we are given supreme wisdom, elite diet. Like when I was training, like Sister Angelita asked me, it wasn't too different. Like if I Google right now, the triathlon or Ironman's suggested diet, guess what? It's how we eat. Like literally. Now they gonna eat a bunch of little dumb stuff and a bunch of meals, but they get into that, bless their heart. But it's essentially we have everything. It's just about we have to use it or else, So it's just so many benefits to working out. And I always want to say my husband was the king of cut that sugar. Cut the sugar. Anybody know him. Yeah, those bean pies, those are for our guests. Essentially, they are, nice alternative, but you need to have baby beans too, right? So anyway.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sister Tiffany. This is so inspirational. Everyone, this segment is 1 Meal, 1 Mile Improvement. It is a mentor, motivator type of organization, if you will. I'll say group for now, but what we do is, one day I looked up and Sister Tiffany has always been inspirational there. And keep your questions coming for her. Comments, spread the word. Let her know that we're on. We're going to be talking about how to eat to live, the dietary law given to us by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It is How to Eat to Live from God in Person. You can buy books 1 and 2 at store.finalcall.com. I'll put that in the chat. I have some more questions myself for Tiffany, but I love what you all are giving her and asking her. But I think my daughter, I had 2 children and they were both over. My daughter was well over 7, 8, maybe 10. And I said, oh, it's not baby fat anymore, right? And it's certainly not, Russell Simmons and Kimora. It's not their baby fat. So anyway, you have to do something about it. And I just received an idea to start 1 Meal, 1 Mile Improvement. I have had a coach. His name is Coach Eric Nall, Coach E. He's a professional trainer, but he also, it doesn't matter from anybody just wanting to improve their life in fitness and nutrition to superstar athletes on the field, on these gridiron fields or basketball courts, to Mary and others, celebrities just wanting to be right in terms of their bodies. And he helped me. And he also helped some of our sisters who joined what was then a walking club. And because I was walking alone and I was getting so many benefits, Tiffany. I don't know if I ever shared it with you, but the benefits were astronomical. I started running again up a hill at Kenneth Hahn Park. And I was like, who is this person? So I said, I wanted my sisters to feel the same way. And it wasn't for Muslim only. I invited some of my friends who were not in the Nation of Islam as registered members, quote unquote. And about maybe 5 to 7 of us were there. Sister Kalila, Sister Anissa, Sister Khadijah, Sister Gwendolyn, May Allah be pleased with her. One of our sisters passed away. Of course, my daughter, there was a time when she had no choice. She was coming. And it was really good to see Sister Lawanda, and he helped us. He actually helped them, and he didn't ask anything of them. He just enjoyed helping us. And so one day, maybe when we do 1 mile on Liberated Sisters again, I'll show you the pictures of that first walking club. But join us. We are mentors and motivators. There is not a rhyme or reason to it. It's things that we're doing right here with Sister Tiffany, sharing her story and her journey of becoming Sister Tiffany and Iron Man to also how to eat to live. And so Sister Giselle has asked, so when we start a workout team. So let's talk about that, and then we can come back and we can invite people to do that. That would be something we can do in person. We can do on Zoom. But again, it's mentoring and motivating. And what 1 Meal, 1 Mile does is we meet you where you are. I have been having great benefits, health, nutrition wise, mentally, spiritually, physically. I thank God for Sister Tiffany, who is one of my mentors, and she doesn't let up, and it's not structured as some type of you gotta. It's just natural, right, Tiffany? It's just natural conversation, just sharing clips of different workouts and different things with us. And the thing I love most is the constant reminder of how to eat to live. And so Sister Tiffany, Sister Pamela said that you inspire us as Black women. I wanted to say we have another question or comment for you. I know one from Sister Tawan. It's about legal. It's a legal question for you. And then after that, I'm going to ask you some more about your journey in terms of fitness. Okay. Like, how did you get started with, how did you learn about endurance sports? So here is Sister Tawan's question. Sister Tawan, thank you for always supporting Liberated Sisters. Assalamu alaikum. What type of law do you practice, if you don't mind sharing? Let me add to that. And how does your strength and endurance in terms of physical fitness and nutrition relate to that?
Beautiful. Good question. Is it Sister Tawan? I got it right?
Yes, Tawan, out of DC.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, greetings, Sister Tawan. I am an immigration attorney, full-time immigration attorney, and I am a sports and entertainment attorney, and I do some personal injury, and I'm also an NFL agent. So essentially, those are the different areas that I focus and am competent in. And, there's other areas. If I don't know it, I obviously will refer you out, but that's what I do. How does fitness, how does being, make sure that I have my fitness in regards to how does it relate to me professionally? I would say, I don't think I would be able to have accomplished the things that I have done, because it all plays in a role rather. What I mean is, I believe that my ability to stay, because regular exercise, that's not hard. For me, that's easy. Like, I'm going to do something. It's just in me. I've been doing it for a long time. That's why I go out and I do things like the Ironman. But in regards, in general, I always feel like there's always something better. I feel like that I have to be trying to challenge. I feel like I have to always have a challenge. And that's why the regular exercise, I got that. So that's why I'm doing the challenge. And the reason, Sister Tawan, that I have to do challenging things, and I think we all should definitely always be striving to be better, that you can't stay the same. I feel like in order to be an efficient or good attorney, to be able to help people, because that's ultimately what I want to do, and that's my go-to. I want to be able to have enough information to be able to help someone else. That can be challenging. So essentially, I'm going to have the capacity to be able to do that. So the way I find fitness, obviously, I got to have my confidence. I got to have my A game. So overcoming different challenges, it gives me that type of confidence. It gives me that type of satisfaction where I'm able to be of service, where I feel like being of service because I feel that I have the means to do it, one. And two, I just feel like everybody should always be doing something challenging. Otherwise, I believe the brain is not at its potential. I think to be able to find and learn your purpose and what we are here on this earth to do, you got to always be challenging yourself. To not challenge yourself, I feel like you just kind of docile and contempt, and that doesn't feel good either. Back to what I was saying, it's hard. You know, some would agree being an attorney is hard because you got to stay abreast. You know, your whole livelihood essentially is on the line with each client, right? Mess up, you won't be doing that no more. So I feel like it's a challenge that you have to meet every time, every day. Be late. Guess what? Your judge throwing your case out. And guess what your client's going to do? They're going to call the bar. So it's a challenge. So essentially, if you look at professionals, I'll say this, the people who are out there who's doing these endurance sports, I'm not saying everybody has to do it, it's not necessary. But those, in my observation, those people are generally, I would say, high achievers as far as occupation, entrepreneurs, millionaires, doctors, lawyers. It's something about when you're trying to strive to accomplish your better you, whatever it is, a housewife, because I can tell you about that too. That was my favorite job, being a housewife. I just graduated. The child's grown, right? The husband's gone. But essentially, what I'm saying is, I'm sorry, am I talking too much?
No, ma'am. I said teach on that.
Oh, I was just trying to draw the connection to how they correlate, how becoming a better you. And again, whatever it is that you do, it definitely relates to your physiology. It relates to your functioning as a person, your confidence, and how you feel. So I was just connecting the dots between, what you do on a daily basis, which, should connect, and we need to work on it as a community, especially, fitness. I want to say this, when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we know the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has the hardest job in the world, resurrecting us, right? Hands down, nobody can beat it. Now here it is, the minister, he inherited, it's his in 1977. So can you imagine in the 80s, we listen to the Final Call radio, we watch the tapes, but we're looking at a man, he had everything on his shoulder, right? We know the messenger promised him that the nation would never fall again. What kind of pressure is that? You got COINTELPRO, you got the CIA putting crack in our communities. It's just, you talk about a pandemic, an epidemic, right? He's out resurrecting, raising up the dead. And what is he doing? Let's see, he's bench pressing 400 pounds, deadlifting 500 pounds. So my point is, it takes you to be able to push yourself to get to where you're supposed to be as far as your best self. You have to do that on the physical too. It relates. You gotta release that energy. You gotta exert yourself. The minister walked 5 to 10 miles back when he was in his 60s. You don't think the work that he was required to do in the God force that had to be, through him and let out to us to radiate, to bring us in, it was matched. And I'm just saying that, checked out the correlation. He was doing weights, and you have to hear him tell it himself, how it wasn't him, it was the God within. So essentially, that's how I say it relates. Just my little small attorney and little Iron Man, I just look at the minister. He was doing that great work, but please know he was in top. He was in such great fitness. If you understand, a 60-year-old man weighing, I don't know how much he weighed, but it don't look like it was more than a 175. Bench pressing 400 pounds, deadlifting 5. You just don't get to do that. That's God, you see? So I believe that's how it relates. And that's why we got to get on our fitness, because that is the way, the blueprint to bring out the God.
Praise be to Allah. Sister Tiffany, I love your delivery. I love everything. Look, if I ever got I'm not going to be an NFL client, so I don't know how you can be my attorney for anything. But no, thank you for that. I love when we saw one of the clips, we saw an image of something that you're talking about. And I love when the minister puts, like places the weights down and his son says, that's what I'm talking about, right? I'm gonna find that for us. And if we don't have it this show, we'll have it another show. We have another question. Well, Sister Giselle says, yes, ma'am, existing is not enough. We must challenge ourselves to thrive and arrive until we get more and more results. I love this. So motivating. Sister Tawan says, thank you all. No, thank you. May Allah continue to bless you with all you need to continue to do what you love. And when we say Allah, those of us who may not be aware, we're just saying God. I don't want to say just saying God, but we're saying God. Sometimes we say Allah, God, to keep us all in alignment. Sister Tiffany, so how did you learn about endurance sports?
I had a mentee when I was back in college, and her mother was a school teacher, and she was she was so fun. She was just like a free soul. So she was like, let's do the marathon. Sign up with me. And I'm like, a what? I never heard of such a thing, like most of us, right? At that young age. When I tell you, she may have taken 7-8 hours to finish. No, but she was not an athlete. She was just a free soul, free spirit. And she just knew that she had been training and, working out regularly. She run that marathon like it wasn't nothing. I mean, she had so much fun. It was no, like, I got to compete to finish. No, she was just doing it. So that was the great introduction, because you have some people, they really train, and that was not my introduction. My introduction was, hey, here's something that you got a group of people who do, and it's only beneficial. It benefits you. And if you could kind of make this a part of your lifestyle, guess what? You'll have a healthy heart. So that was my introduction. It was just, I got lucky. My mentee's mother, she deep sea dives, she skis, she does everything. She couldn't get me in that deep sea diving, but that marathon was right on.
I'm surprised.
I'm not doing it.
That is really wonderful. Let me ask Sister Pamela's question, and then I'll ask my other question. And just FYI, carrying in from our first segment regarding the LA fire recovery effort, we actually are going to have the last 10 minutes, if that's okay with you, Sister Tiffany. We're going to segue back to that segment to speak with one of our beautiful, oh, her heart is so pure, activist out of Altadena. We'll bring her in within a few minutes. So, Sister Tiffany, here is Sister Pamela's question. Is striving to keep a positive mindset and monitoring your thoughts a part of the formula? Great question. So am I frozen, or is it just Tiffany? Can anyone hear me? Put it in the chat if you can, because I see everything moving, but I don't see Tiffany's. Okay, good. Yeah, that was Tiffany. Okay. So I'll be bringing Sister Tiffany back in and asking the question again. Let me do that one. Okay, take that one out. Okay. Okay, ready, Tiff? Here we come. Yes, thank you, Sister Tawan. Thank you, Giselle.
Sorry about
there you. No worries. I thought it was me. Usually it happens on my phone at this time, computer. Okay, so Sister Tiffany, here's the question: is striving to keep a positive mindset and monitoring your thoughts a part of the formula?
100%. If you those are the pillars. You don't have the positive. It's all perspective. Remember, everything is. So essentially, you have to have the right attitude and spirit. Get the knowledge, right, to feed your faith, right? So if you don't, I'm just saying, if you don't have your perspective right and look at it in a way where you're going to be successful, you won't. Because remember, you are what you think. So you have to think, and you have to realize that this is necessary. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. You have to move. I just explained in my little simple way in regards to your body has everything it needs, but it needs you to activate. You have to activate. Your heart has to be exerted. It just has to, for everything to work. So if that knowing that, you definitely have to give it a shot, give it a try. I promise you're gonna feel better, and you're gonna be better. And you get regular at it, you do things that you didn't even think was possible. So definitely, all it starts in your thinking, like everything else.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Sister Tiffany. Why was it important for you to become an Iron Man?
For me, I just felt like we're talking about the thoughts. I thought that I could. How you could feel greatness in you, and it's like general, doing things, but you sit on it, and it's like, I know I can do this. Now I'll sit and watch those YouTubes, and I'm watching these folks, what 2.4? As crazy as that sounds so crazy, but I knew I could do it. So I had to match that, right? So it was just important because I knew what it would do. And that's what I want us to focus on. It's not about, yay, I'm an Iron Man, but it's what you gained on the journey. When those exhaustion, when you didn't feel like you can make it, like I said, eyebrows start falling out. You feel like you might have something. You just feel all those, everything that comes with it. Whenever we're struggling, we just talking about the Iron Man, but we know daily basis, hold down one meal, or being this kind of person, being kind. All the struggle is where the answers are. It's like a live autopsy, right? You get, I got that from David Goggins. I didn't make that up, but he said it's like a live autopsy. You get to see who you are. Like, why am I buying these chip ahoys? I'm gonna eat them all, right?
The whole pack.
And you're like, now you justify it or you try to get distracted, but the God in self know better. So that I want mental toughness. I want to go to the next level. Since regular exercise is nothing for me, I gotta do more because I want more. I want to have the ability to, study myself. Like I say, when your back go out in the marathon, mile 11, and you thought you was rolling and it's almost about to be over. Now how I'm gonna swim 2.4, ride a bike 112, and then my back going out. Baby, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay it any attention. I'm going to ignore it. But my point is, that's the moment. That's where you define who you are. Like literally, the back is out. You're walking a 97-year-old woman, right? So that's when you get to see who you are. So, I wanted to be an Iron Man for the sake of being an Iron Man, but I knew what it would take in regards to, you got to qualify, you got to discipline, you got to have rigor, you got to have toughness, you got to know how I feel in the fold of that struggle. So things are so beneficial that you all have experienced challenges and overcame them. It's so beneficial. And the minister said, Study Guide 7, that when we don't face challenges, we deteriorate our own willpower. So it's that important when Allah give you a vision of something to do, guess what? You got to do it. Because when you don't do it, it's just as damaging as the back when it went out, mile 13, right? So essentially, I'm on this side, though. I benefited. I got the W. So guess what? I can be in my down. I can but I just look back at the Iron Man picture, think about how I really was able to do that. It's so invigorating where it makes you want to do more. And that's the point.
Wow. Thank you, Sister Tiffany. I love that. I have so many more questions. But Sister Tiffany, I got to ask you, because we have something going on with this 1 meal, 1 mile motivation, which Sister Giselle sparked it too. I picked up on it in terms of, a fitness club. But would you come on again after Savior's Day in the month of March to continue on? And I would like to do, if we could, at your convenience, of course, obviously, a Q&A, just a continual Q&A with you, because you have a wealth of knowledge and we need to have it.
No, absolutely. Since Charlene, you and I, we've been talking about this for over years. Let's go. We are ready.
Yeah. You're one of the ones, and I thank you for encouraging me, to continue at it. Like, what's up? What we doing? You and Brother Billy out of Lancaster as well, and as well as Brother James. But Sister Tawan says, a listener asked, how does one develop a competitive spirit if you've never been competitive? Wow.
I would say if you've never been competitive, it's hard to believe. Meaning, we all by nature have desires.
Mm.
So it's just how you kind of semantics, how you look at it. But the desires of the heart, essentially, you're gonna have them. That's nature. So in regards to, well, I'm not competitive. I mean, what are we saying? That we just don't value ourselves to go after our desires of the heart? Because you're gonna have desires. That's what God put in you for your greatness to be able to be abstract, taken out. So sports, you don't have to do sports. I'm never saying everybody do sport. No, but what we do, we have to walk. It's therapeutic. We have to do the walking. We have to walk. At one point, we were doing like 10,000 steps, but we definitely have to walk. But in regards to just zero competitive, I don't want to compete. I just have a hard time believing that, being Tiffany. But I just have I believe that the desires that you have in your heart, I think that those could be considered, something that, you are to do them, but zero competitiveness, I don't know. And I want to be clear. When I say competitive, I don't know if you are familiar with the term jihad, right? Jihad is the battle, it's the struggle against self, meaning you are the number one challenge in competitiveness is Tiffany, right? Lazy Tiffany versus dutiful Tiffany, workout Tiffany. It's two sides to this. So I want to definitely that we have to be competitive in regards to beating our own self to get to the better self. So that's the conquer. That's what we worry about. Anything external, that's what we need to work out what's internally that we have to compete for or struggle for.
Thank you, Sister Tiffany. Everyone, I put a link to the article in the chat. I wasn't presenting it right in the screen, so I decided to put the link there. Please share it. Please spread it, because we also have in it information regarding how to eat to live. I think that's the banner page ad right under, not banner, but that's an ad right under your beautiful photo with that, Sister Tiffany. So next time you come, let's delve into how to eat to live if we could.
For sure.
Okay, any final remark? And thank you for allowing me to wrap the segment early, because everyone, please stay with us. We have the second portion. It'll just be brief, unfortunately, because the 7:00 hour and our sister has a meeting to go to. But I want to present to you Sister Heavenly of My Tribe Rise, because she's going to be coming back, God willing, with New World Academy. This recovery effort in Altadena is serious. It is, our people need us, and so we're going to continue to bring them before us as long as Liberated Sisters can do that. Sister Tiffany, any final remark, and how could people reach you if they would like to?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I just want to make sure everyone is excited, because I know I need assistance and sisterhood in regards to our Savior's Day for sure. But I was going to speak of the fast. So tonight is our last meal. We have our National Unity Fast. Inshallah, we'll all be successful. 2 to 3 days. So inshallah, I'll make it till Sunday. But I just wanted to share that, remind us, because the reminder is just awesome. But if anyone needs to reach me for legal or Sister Arlene, can you put my email in the chat?
You better believe it.
Yeah, tbmlawgroup@gmail.com. But essentially, if you need anything legal, if you think I could help you, or if I have to refer you, that's possible, or even some fitness questions. Definitely looking forward to work with Sister Charlene in the future in regards to the 1 meal, 1 mile. Trying to get a group of sisters, ambitious sisters, who are ready to shed some fat and lose some weight and be healthy, and possibly even help run the San Diego Marathon in June. So.
Oh, I want to do it. How many miles? Is it 2 miles? I can do it.
A little bit more than that. We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Let me stop being silly. Thank you, Sister Tiffany. I want to do it. I'm in. Count me in. Thank you so much for the reminder as well about the Unity Fast. Everyone, please pray for me to complete the fast for every one of us. Sister Tiffany, I love you. Thank you so much. Everybody, please stay with us. We're going to bring in Sister Heavenly Hughes right now of My Tribe Rise. Sister Tiffany, assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't have any fancy music. I'll do like a little drum roll here for Sister Heavenly. Sister Heavenly, thank you so much for being patient, and I'm glad you're able to make it. And we can present you, however briefly, to Liberated Sisters, Pumps on the Ground. Now, this is a Pumps on the Ground segment as well. Oh my God, you're so phenomenal, Sister Heavenly. I met you for the first time when we went to Altadena. Brother Student Minister Abdul Malik, Saeed, Brother James, Brother William, they were already out there. Scientology volunteer ministers were already out there. But I was so happy to meet you that day. You were just so radiant as you are now. So tell us a little bit about yourself and My Tribe Rise. And everyone, she has a meeting at 7. So this will be quick. However, God willing, she will be coming back. Oh, I'm sorry, beloved. That's my fault. Please continue. I start over. I had your mic down.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sister Charlene, for having me on your show today. I was very blessed by listening to Sister Tiffany about our health, our body, spirit, and mind. So that was really good information. Thank you so much for sharing. So Liberated Sisters, I love that. Absolutely love it. I thank Brother James and Brother Will also with New World Academy for all the work that they're doing in the community. So as you said, my name is Heavenly Hughes. I'm one of the co-founders of My Tribe Rise. My partner, Victor Hodson, who is also one of the founders, was not able to make it tonight. He's actually probably at United We Stand Up, which is also another coalition that Brother Will and Brother Twin is a part of. It was so wonderful to meet you at our ribbon cutting for our emergency resource center there in Altadena. And just really quick, I'll share a little bit about me first. I'm born and raised in Altadena, live, work, and play in Altadena. So this devastation, catastrophic devastation that we are experiencing here in Altadena, I don't even have words to explain this experience right now. And so what I and we decided with our organization, My Tribe Rise, is to do what we always do. Since 2019, the work that we're doing even now, we address housing and food insecurities, economic development, and solutions to end violence in our community. And so when this catastrophe happened, we just had to kind of up our game because the amount of need and devastation is enormous. So we just immediately stepped right in to doing what we always do, serving our neighbors, our families, our friends. And I think that's what's even so disheartening to see. Our family, our friends, our neighbors has now lost everything. I will say our family, and personally my family, our home is still standing in the midst of everything around us has been burnt down, although we still cannot return to our home. I just want to be sure, Sister Charlene, you're there?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I want to have no interruptions from me, not even the photo of me. I'm here.
It was absolutely wonderful to meet you as well, because I know you were engaging with us, engaging with even Miss Diane Williams at the Acabulon Center, where we have one of our hubs set up. Right. She also lost everything. And what I'm seeing is our community, who we've all have lost, have all come together to serve one another, which is something that is beautiful in the midst of this disaster. Yes. Right. Yeah. And I'm so thankful, Brother Minister Muhammad, that's Mira Gordo with us on that picture, all came together for the red ribbon cutting of the emergency essential response. The thing that was so amazing about our hub is that we do a delivery service. So we have seen a lot of pop-ups, resource pop-ups giving out essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we knew that some of our family and friends, they're not in Pasadena. They've been displaced. So they're up to
Mm-hmm.
20, 30, 40, even 50 miles away. So what we
Wow.
did, along with getting the logistics of it put together with Minister Muhammad and the volunteer ministers, where they call in or they complete a survey, and we deliver their products, or we call it a care package. We put together whatever it is that they are asking for. The family that has been um, impacted by this fire, whatever they are asking for, we deliver it to the location they're staying at now. So that's been just a really great service to serve those who have been directly impacted by the fire. And I see now you have the Altadena is not for sale, because right now the
Yeah.
vouchers are, go ahead.
No, I didn't want to, I just said, yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me not
So
interrupt you.
right now, the vultures. The vultures are out trying to steal our land. They want to use this opportunity to just erase the Black community from Altadena. Westside Altadena is historically the Black community, being that even with my family, we moved out in the early 1970s. My parents moved in to Altadena. And originally they wanted to move into Pasadena, yet Black people were not able to purchase property in Pasadena. There was one area, which we all know about redlining, where we could purchase property, and that was West Side Altadena. So it's a community of Black people who have lost everything and not as prepared for this type of catastrophe. So we've been providing services at our emergency cash assistance luncheons right at a Cabulon, where just yesterday we had over 100 families directly impacted, and Black families directly impacted by the fire, was able to get immediate cash assistance, assistance with Red Cross, disaster assistance. We were able to provide gift cards. And I want to say another shout out to Brother Will and Brother Twin, because they were able to support us with being able to provide gift cards to community members. And also, one other thing that we offer at these meetings is information from attorneys to let them know, how do we navigate these insurance companies? How do we navigate this lawsuit that's happening with Edison? So we use this opportunity as an informational time as well, to make sure our Black community is also receiving the information that they need, because what we see that's a little different than what's happening in Palisades. And of course, we give our condolences to all that has lost due to the Eaton Canyon fire. Yet we see that the difference is the resources and what privileges others have that us here on the west side of Altadena do not have. Most of our community members don't have another house to just walk into. We don't have attorneys that can fight for us. So we've been really working with our community members to get those resources that a lot of our family members, friends, and neighbors do not have access to.
Wow. Sister, thank you so much for that. You know, if anyone has a question or comment for her before she has to get to her next meeting, please put it there. I want to know, like, how can viewers who would like to donate to your cause for the fire victims / survivors, where can they do that? How can they do that? What is your contact information? I have the website there, but I want to put a contact information.
Thank you so much to Sister Charlene for saying survivors, because we are survivors. We're going to persevere. Beyond this, we see the future of Altadena. So really quick, you can check us out at www.mytriberise.org. All of our information and services, the relief and recovery efforts, the needs that are asked and that the community members need are all up there on our website. And we also ask you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, My Tribe Rise. We invite everyone out this Saturday. Please come out this Saturday. We'll be at Metropolitan Baptist Church in the South Park for the Altadena's Not For Sale rally and demonstration. We need the support of everyone, all of our neighboring cities, to make our voices be heard by those in government, those officials that are not including us in these conversations when they're talking about the future of our community. Because even though our community has been desolated, we are the culture and we are the community, the people. We, the people, are the culture and the community of Altadena.
That's right. It's heartbreaking to hear that, but we know it's not new. Nothing new. I do want to put a couple of comments up before you go, and then Sister Heavenly, you will come back, right?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having us tonight.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Thank God for you all. I think I showed this. Thank God for you and all who serve with you. Thank you, Sister Tawan. Here's Sister Angelita Muhammad says, exactly. My aunt lost her home in Altadena and is here with me in Los Angeles. Please provide your contact. We have done that. And thank you so much. And she thanks you for your service. There was also one from Sister Giselle Muhammad who says here, where'd he go? Show it. Alrighty. Hey sis, I'm an Altadena, Pasadena native. My mom stayed there until she transitioned a year ago. Pasadena will grow up and rise up for sure. Much love. Yeah, calling it Dina. So Sister Heavenly, I'm going to close out now. Thank you so much. May God continue to bless you and be with you. And I look forward to seeing you pumps on the ground pretty soon. And I did put the donation link there, but the website has it all, everyone. You can go to your website and they're vetted. You know, we're not talking about some of the major national organizations and people are saying, you know, where's the beef? Remember the commercial? Like, where's the is it getting to the people? And that's the main thing, you know. So our prayers, and ma'am.
Getting to the people. And yes, thank you so much for having me. Peace and love to you. And we will be back.
Thank you. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Everyone stay right there. Again, if you were just joining us, my camera is broken. I need to set up a donation for a laptop for Sister Charlene Muhammad and Liberated Sisters, but I'm going to get it. But everyone, look, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm still a little nervous being on air over about 19 years, and I'm still nervous because we're talking to you, but I'm also, my heart is going out to those who are in the recovery zones right now. So we're blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed because in this tragedy, we do have the effort of unity. So Sister Tiffany, Brother James, Sister Heavenly brought all of the information for us tonight. And I thank you all for tuning in with your questions about it. I thought that I would be showing something else. Maybe when I put in the closing music, I can do that. I'll try to get the flyer up for now, but join 1 Meal, 1 Mile Improvement. It's the group that's right now on Facebook, but this year we will be moving the mentor and motivating group to a more private space. Yeah, right. Wink, wink. But it is Zoom, where we will be having registration. We will be having fitness. We will be having nutrition and other wellness information. We'll even be talking about disaster preparedness, survival prep, all of it. We just want to live as long as we can. We want to be here. And we know it's a trying time, but we can get through it. We are getting through it. We don't stop living because we are in the final days. If you're a scriptural person, a spiritual person, and even if you aren't, if we aren't, we're still in God's universe, the Almighty. So we're under his laws. And so we just want to strengthen us as much as we can. So we'll be moving 1 Meal, 1 Mile Improvement from Facebook, Meta, which murders decency, a beautiful wise man once said, and we're going to be moving it to Zoom because the information there we're going to be needing to register for because we have great experts that are going to come and give their time and talent. And we want to just make sure it doesn't fall by the wayside. So thank you all for tuning in. Stay with me for the closing music and some of the images that I did want to share about how to eat to live and how you can order that book, because that is the crux, the root of it all. And Sister Tiffany Muhammad, Brother James Muhammad, Sister Heavenly Hughes, thank you all for joining us. And also, thank you, Brother William Muhammad, New World Academy Foundation. So I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. That's it for Liberated Sisters. I'm going to remove some things, and I am looking for a volunteer producer. If anyone is interested on any level of helping me to produce the show, I would love that. I would love that so much. It's not difficult. It's just time consuming, but 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll take it. Okay. So here's some closing music for us. And if you will, I'll go ahead and attempt to get some of the images up that I really did want to show you. So first and foremost, how about we put that one up? This is Sister Tiffany's photograph. If you go to the Final Call newspaper article, you could see she has her medal there. I mean, just a total glam, just a beautiful, beautiful sister, you know. And I really appreciate it. She's holding that victory hand up. And as she said, it's about, if we, you know, just for my recap, it's about the journey to it. Yeah, okay, Iron Man. But she went to war with herself to do this. And for the other marathon that they participated in terms of Malibu, Sister Lisa learned how to swim to do this. So I want to issue an invitation as she did, but I want to ask if anyone listening, especially my sisters, but 1 Meal, 1 Mile is not just for women, but especially to my sisters, join us in that marathon that's coming up. I think she said San Diego. I don't remember where, but I'm endeavoring to do it. So if you would like to join us, we're going to go ahead and have a Zoom session soon, and we'll start training, okay? So I promised some music and I promised some images, right? Let me get to it. Here we go. Where is this? Stay with me. I'll play Match That. I really love Minister Farrakhan's I'll Fight You, but I'll hold it. Oh, how about I play Let's Unite? No, I'll do this. Here we go. And then I'll get the images. And with that, I'll say, meet us at the mosque, Muhammad Mosque, 27 on Sundays. Powerful speakers. Minister Farrakhan has student helpers across this world that are bringing the thunder. You know, truth is prevailing. It's dark outside. A lot is happening. People are in a climate where uncertainty is running rapid, but it is not getting out. You have it here. It's free. Just come and get it. All you have to do is walk in the door. 8039 South Vermont at Manchester. It's on the same block as the Johnston. Walk in the door and walk on out. And when you come in, I would say it could be you very different. Just take the word and go. 8039 South Vermont, Muhammad Mosque, 27. Our guest, tell us, Sister Carlene, Liberated Sisters, where you heard it. I would right there. My camera is like this cut out. Get that marathon. Okay, let's see. I got it. Thank you, April D. Angela Birdsong. This is a track by April D. Especially for the sisters. I'm looking for an artist who can lay down some vocals. I rap. My close friends and family know this. I think I'm a good rapper, but you will never do it. So I'm looking for someone else, not me. Let's see. Pretty sure. This tune is called Match That. I got it, everybody. Here it is. Yes, it is, man. Literally. This is Elijah Muhammad. You can order this book at store.finalcall.com. How to live from God in person. Fast. How we can do a 3-day fast. Eat 1 meal a day with nothing in between, not a mint, nothing like that. It cures all of our ills, mentally and physically. And so now you have people talking about intermittent fasting and all of these other things. Well, they got it from him. So store.finalcall.com. This is the basis. This is the root of the 1 meal, 1 mile improvement. It's called improvement. So I don't know, the music is too loud, I guess. If you're still hearing intro music, thank you, Sister Tawan. Let me take it off a minute. Hold on a second. One second. Okay, Sister Tawan, thank you for that. I wasn't sure if you could still hear me with the music, so I should have lowered the music bed a little bit. But what I was saying to us here is there is the image, How to Eat to Live from God in Person. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has volume 1 and 2, book 1 and book 2. I was saying that this is the root of the 1 meal, 1 mile improvement, where we meet each other where we are and encourage each other, whether it's whatever a person may need to help them adhere. Like Sister Tiffany, just her reminding us of the 3-day national fast. The Nation of Islam embarks on a 3-day national fast every month, the first weekend of the month. And so this night, Thursday, is our last full meal. We will have nothing in between except water, coffee, or tea, not with a lot of milk, not with a lot of sugar. And our next meal will be on Sunday. And then we repeat that again next month. And so at any rate, I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. You can order this book again, store.finalcall.com. I want to say, I was going to show the images, but an announcement, Heal on Purpose, A Woman's Guide to Healing, Leadership, and Empowerment. Sister Naira Muhammad will be with us soon, a coming attraction. And next week, in addition to our guests for the second hour, we will continue with the recovery efforts with New World Academy. Hopefully, Sister Heavenly Hughes will be back. And also the food prophet, Dr. Jolly Harris III, will be joining us. So I'm excited to be returning to the airways. Hopefully very soon we'll be back at Morris Media Studios. And for now, I'll be producing on Closing the Gap until after February. And God willing, I'll have my camera situation fixed soon. But I feel that as long as you can see the guests and hear them, then we're going to be all okay. Thank you, Closing the Gap. And if you would like to share any of your financial resources and love and donate to help Liberated Sisters remain on the air here, it's $ Liberated Sisters. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. If it's impacting our community or can uplift us as a people, let's talk about it. Peace.